Hello everybody, this is Hiro and welcome back to another episode of my playthrough of 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. In the previous episode, we found ourselves here with Clover and Seven in the operating room. And we've been looking around, finding a bunch of interesting things, getting some chemistry lessons in because I'm useless at that kind of stuff. But apparently we needed to solve a puzzle. So it's a good thing that they are literally like holding my hand, telling me exactly how many atoms of what elements you can find in these components, which we are apparently going to need to open this safe. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right. I think I've looked at this. I've looked at this one. Look at this one, look at this, and maybe this one is the one that's gonna have ammonia. We'll see. Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. How do you know it's iron? The label says Fe. Yep, that's 1. Yeah? Fe stands for iron, right? Yep. Bottle of iron powder on the shelf. It says Fe on that bottle. Iron is Fe. It's a molecule with only 1 atom. Yeah. So on this list here, iron is 1 because it only has 1 atom. We're looking at how many atoms of different elements each component has. And I'm looking for ammonia. Let's see if we can find it. Something stinks. I bet that's it. Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. So N is nitrogen and hydrogen, so 4. There's a bottle of ammonia on the shelf. It says NH3 on the label. NH3. N is nitrogen and H is hydrogen. So in other words, ammonia is made of 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. Yeah. Now, okay, I think we have all of them. At least all of the ones that I need. But how should I go about inputting them? Because I need a 3-number code. But what do I do with this? Do I do like a digital root is not gonna give me 3. I'm stupid. I don't know. We might find something that gives me a hint as to what I need. I can only enter 3 numbers. Is it maybe it's the ones that we don't know? Hold on, let me look at this. Maybe it's the code is like the three unknowns. So carbon dioxide would be 3, ammonia would be 4, and ethanol would be 9. So 3, 4, 9. Let's try that. Yeah, I know. 3, 4, 9. Yeah? There we go! The fake right arm. It's the right arm of the body. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, it is. The right arm of a medical mannequin. I bet that belongs to Lucy. Okay, and the heart. Fake heart. Heart. This thing's super creepy. This ain't good for the heart. Yeah, it's not. Oh, look at this. This is like the slot that it goes into, isn't it? The heart of a medical mannequin. Okay. Actually, we might have to rearrange the body parts so that the weights match. Right? Probably? Can we even detach pieces from John and put them on Lucy? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I don't think there's anything left to do here, so let's go back.
You think we should go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that Seven wasn't following suit. What's got him?
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well,
He looked up at Junpei distractedly and then back down at the brown bottle he held cupped in his large hands.
Is that a medicine bottle?
Uh-huh.
I got curious about it. Here.
Where is it? In response, Seven tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
ethylene diamine tartrate. What is this?
Yeah, that's right. It's EDT.
EDT. This is like a drug?
What kind of medicine is that?
Like an anesthetic?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Oh, okay. Industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still,
Blood?
it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT.
Okay.
Happened about 50 years ago.
50 years ago. So it's not like something that you experienced like in your life, right? Like just an anecdote or like an experiment or something. It would be in line with this game. That everyone just has like a random piece of knowledge that gets you thinking about
There was
something.
this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals.
Okay.
They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building.
Did they?
Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate.
Okay. This reminds me of the story that June had about glycerin. But it was different in that they couldn't get it to crystallize, and then it started crystallizing randomly, and now everything, like, it all crystallized. That was weird.
Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner.
Yeah.
Factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless.
Okay.
But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
Yeah, look at this. It's like sort of going off of the same theme of like things happening at different places with no connections. The same phenomena can be observed in the different places, and we have no explanation for them. That's a theme here, and I wonder how it connects to everything else. You know, like that's what has me puzzled.
They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal.
Okay.
Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate.
Okay.
After it happened at the first factory, it just spread.
Yeah, it's very similar.
It was like, man, how do you say it?
Telepathy?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another,
Yeah.
transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive.
Yeah, through a medium that we can't perceive.
This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Morphogenetic fields, I think that's what Lotus called them. But of course she was referring to like psychological phenomena. But the point seems to be that it's not limited to like human communication. It's like something on a deeper physical level or something. Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Uh-huh.
But how did you know?
Yeah, because we've been told before. And I wonder if we wouldn't have gotten this dialogue if we hadn't gotten the dialogue previously. Oh.
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
Yeah.
Where?
In the freezer?
Yeah.
What? The freezer?
Care to explain, Junpei?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day, glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of the ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. Yeah. That was Ice 9, right? When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Yeah? Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if we were trying desperately to focus on something far
Do
away.
you?
Do you know about Ice 9? I bet if I say the word itself, that's gonna trigger something, so I'm going with this option. Do you know about Ice 9?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice, ice, ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
Who?
That woman?
Which woman?
Alice!
Which Alice?
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
What?
Huh?
It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. Yeah, count me in. What? About a woman that wouldn't melt at room temperature? What? He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. Care to explain?
You know how the
Oh.
Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Okay. I think I see where we're going with this, but explain.
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history.
Yeah.
What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? It was a
Mhm.
cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors.
Okay.
The ship
Oh.
that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
All right.
The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff.
So, were most of the bodies frozen? Probably, yeah?
Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
Yeah.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
I bet this is what it's gonna be about. They try to thaw them, well, just to bury them and everything, but maybe one of them wouldn't? Oh boy.
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
Okay, just elaborate.
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank.
Right.
One of the things they found was a coffin.
The mummy's coffin? The one that Joe was talking
A
about?
coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been
Oh.
pretty skilled.
Yeah. I think this was it, right?
It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight.
Okay.
The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Inside, they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
Yeah, this is the mummy that June was talking about. Interesting.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition.
She said that they transported her across the desert and it wouldn't melt, right? Something like that? Was it frozen in the first place? And I said, maybe it's a crystal or something? Huh.
They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping.
Yeah.
Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw.
Yeah.
They say that the stink was horrible.
Oh, I can't imagine.
But there was one body that didn't thaw.
The mommy.
And that was...
The girl in the coffin.
And did they call her Alice?
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually.
No. And didn't June tell us that they also transported her across the desert and it was frozen? Like she wouldn't melt at room temperature, and honestly, if it's the desert, that's way higher than room temperature. So what the hell?
But weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed, and another. It was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice.
Oh, is that the name's origin, really?
Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't.
Okay.
They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. After a while, no one remembered her.
Okay.
You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
So it faded into obscurity, huh?
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Right, what was that about?
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Why?
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know.
You do.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
And how do you know that? You wouldn't happen to remember. Junpei gulped.
All right, tell me, what happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world.
Ugh. That's disgusting, honestly. Like, that's so disrespectful. Like, the fact that she was, like, somewhere in Canada, like, randomly, like, in a museum or something, that's already, like, you know, you're just drawing people in to see, like, this unexplained curiosity. But this is just too much.
I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain.
Gordain, the owner of the ship. The owner, I mean, of the Gigantic, which could be this ship.
You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic.
Okay.
And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931, and apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
A small chamber, the Forest of Knowledge, like a library, beneath the navel of the Gigantic. So, like in the middle of the ship?
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in the
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here.
Yeah, we should get moving, but this is very interesting stuff. Now I don't know what the implications of this are. Like, okay, thematically, we can connect it to the stuff that we know from before. The stuff about Alice, though, what are the implications of her being on this ship? Or maybe not on this ship, but on the Gigantic itself. If this is even the Gigantic. There are so many questions.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Okay. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
I'll try not to forget. Alice. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he'd just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy.
Yeah.
They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, Her body never melted.
Yeah, it was already frozen when they found her somewhere in Egypt, somehow. And it wasn't like saponification, which is when your fat turns into wax. It wasn't wax, apparently. Huh.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice Nine?
And how?
No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Okay, that was an interesting conversation. I'm getting used to these conversations and the way that they just mess with my head for a few moments. Like, even after I stop playing this game, I keep thinking about these stories, like, what are they trying to tell here? Like, where are we going with the story? Where are we going with all of this? These are not incidental, like, anecdotes just to pad out the writing or whatever. This all has to have, like, a point, like a purpose. So we'll see, I guess. Junpei, where are you going? Yeah, this is the exit. Or rather, where we came from. That's the door we came through. The only thing out there is the number door. I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the number door is a Wayne deal. So you're saying there's no point to going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome. Yeah. This is the preparation room. So now that we have like these liquids, let's try doing something here. Yeah. Hey, the blue light turned on. And I heard a noise. It sounded like something unlocking. Yeah, let's check the blue. Wait. Yeah. Aha. Big left leg. This is the left foot of the mannequin. Sorry, that's Clover. This is the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better? What? Do you think my legs are skinnier? Girl, it's not time for this. The left foot of a medical mannequin. Okay. So now if I do the red liquid, the red light's on now. I think I heard another noise. Yeah? That's the right leg. The right foot of the medical mannequin. I guess it's a woman's foot, but damn, doesn't look hot at all. Y'all! It's a mannequin! It's not supposed to be. Have you got a thing for feet, Seven? This is not a conversation I want to be having, honestly. This is not it. No, that's crazy. You're sure acting kind of shady. Y'all. I'm so... No. Okay. Let's just ignore all of that and see if we can get some purple going. I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one. Yep, color theory. Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has gotta be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Yep. What are we gonna find in there? Another body part. Aha, fixed stomach. This is a really big nose. That's no nose. It's a stomach. Oh, a stomach. Yeah. So, do we have everything we need to put it together? I guess we can try. I bet if we don't, it's gonna stop us anyway, so we'll see. Okay, an all hard bed. Can we do this? Okay, so we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. Yeah, we have them. So this shouldn't be an apostrophe. God damn it! It's already difficult enough for me to read out loud in a language that's not my native tongue and think about what I'm reading, like memorize, like actually process that, and then you hit me with the typos and it's already a mess. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah, seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope. Agreed. All right, let's get started. Combine. Yay. But now the weight is gonna be a problem because I'm gonna pull this up again. Lucy is supposed to weigh this much, 53.2 kilos. And actually, god damn it, I don't want to pull out the calculator, but I guess I have to. Actually, I'm gonna do this on my phone, so I can keep looking at this and I don't have to go back and forth. If we add up 6 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5, that's 20. Sorry, and I'm forgetting. No, it's a 4. That's 21. So 6 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4. That gives me 21. So Lucy, I'm gonna say 21, yeah? And John is supposed to be 51.3. And I'm gonna add 6.2 plus 2.3 plus 1.5 plus 5.6 plus 3.4 plus 4.5, and that's 23.5. So none of those numbers match up, obviously, with the way that they're supposed to weigh. So what's going on? Let's see. An old hard bed. Okay, tell me about Lucy. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight? Weight? Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. But then the parts are not heavy enough to get to 51 and 53 point something. Are they? I don't think so. Oh, let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. Okay. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch the body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Okay. So these ones are not. Okay. Okay. So am I to assume that the head weighs all that much, like the left arm as well? Okay. Let's just do it then. So currently, hold on. Let me go back to the file menu again. Okay, no dice. I think if we knew the weight of each part, we could figure it out. And we do. Yeah, John is supposed to weigh 51.3. Lucy is supposed to weigh 53.2. So, let's get to swapping. Alright. Currently, he's 2.2 kilos above the weight. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to go back and forth between that screen and this one, aren't I? Like, I don't want to swap them at random, but god damn. Okay, let's try messing with the legs and stuff. So, still not enough. 53.2, 51.2, that's close. That's not as close. That's too much. I don't remember how much the legs were supposed to weigh. God damn it. I have to take a screenshot of the other screen. Junpei, are you looking at the medical record? Yes, I want to, but I can't pull it out while I'm doing that puzzle. You gotta use your hands or you're never gonna figure it out. You're right, maybe I ought to take a look at that thing. Yeah, I have. I just don't have photographic memory, goddamn. Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot. Give me a second. There we go. Okay. So, now, let's try this again. Okay, so, John, he's 2 2.2 kilos above, no, 2.3 kilos. No, I'm right. He's 2.2 kilos above his weight. What do we have that weighs 2.2 if you add them up? And we have to subtract. Oh my goodness, this is gonna trip me up. Okay, so none of his body parts add up to 2.2. That's understandable. We have to like make the difference with her body parts. Let me see. His limbs seem to all weigh like look, like her chest is 6 kilos and his is 6.2. Like the weight that all her body parts weigh, like she doesn't have any decimals and he does. So that's gonna be like the important thing, I bet. So right now I've essentially like subtracted 0.3 kilos from him and I've added 0.3 to hers. So now if we swap, and I still need to subtract, hold on, let me reset this. I need to subtract exactly 2.2 kilos from him. And I need to add 2.2 to her, of course, duh. So let's keep track of the body parts we're switching and just how much we're adding from his side to her side by looking at the decimals. I think that's the plan. Okay, so if I give her this torso, I've just given her 0.6 extra kilos and he's lost 0.6. Yeah? Yeah. 0.6. Then if we go to this leg, we get to 1 kilo. That's 1 full kilo that has been swapped. Now we need 1.2 more kilos. So I've done the torso and the legs and this leg. So if I do, we have 5. I think it's the chest, the arm, and the leg. Yeah. Okay. Hey Junpei, I just heard something. Yeah, it's very easy once you realize what you have to do. It's just because you're swapping them and not entirely removing, you just have to look at the decimals. It was very straightforward. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out. Yeah, let's do it. Here. Did this open? Huh? The lid on the scale. Aha. Hey, it opened. Oh, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart. Yeah, and this is the key that we need, the Jupiter key. Yay. There's a mark engraved on this key. I think it's the Jupiter symbol. Yep. So let's go back to the door, which I think it was here in the preparation room. Was it? Yeah.
Hey,
right.
hold on.
Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Where's Clover? She was right with us, right?
Huh?
Hello? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
God damn it. Where the hell did she go?
Girl, where are you?
Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Okay, Junpei left Seven at the door and then headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
Is everything okay? It's not. It's not. She didn't respond. She's thinking about her brother. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said
Hey,
nothing.
Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something it said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
She's definitely thinking about him, of course, but...
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him.
I'm so sad by this.
If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
No, this is... I hate this. I hate this knowing what we know from the previous playthrough. Don't do this to me, game. Suddenly the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. Silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Oh, we have something for her, don't we? Yeah, Santa gave it to us. And it kind of goes with her, doesn't it, Clover? I think this is the time where we give it to her. Because each of the leaves represents something different. It might help, it might not, but it's definitely going to be better than this, so...
Oh, yeah.
Let's give her that, yeah. He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given her
It's
earlier.
in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Yeah. You like it? Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something.
Yeah.
Hope, faith, love, and luck.
Mhm.
That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
Yeah. Snake wouldn't want you to.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
Yeah. Like the faith he has in you and the love I'm sure he feels for you.
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
And he is. I know he is. They don't, of course. But by the time we find him, like, at the very least, that's what happened in the previous route. It wasn't a happy reunion at all. Like, there was no reunion. There was just Ace being, like, malicious and cruel and just... Man. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. She needs this. You need to let it out. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
Yeah. But still she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
Experiment. For a moment his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him aside from the dictionary definition. Yeah, like the visual image that I get when someone says that word, I guess, it's like, I think of lab rats.
What?
Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then.
What was?
I mean, that you knew about the 4-leaf clover.
What?
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but You are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
What is
Oh,
it?
don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
Okay. I think she's about to say probably something. It feels so callous. It feels so rude right now. But if she's gonna go on one of these exposition bits, I don't think we have the time for that in this episode. And I really wouldn't like it to drag on more than it has already. I think it's a wise call to leave it for next. If it's a short bit, then sure, we'll just see it next. If it's longer, then I'll be glad I've made the right decision. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this playthrough, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.